new video games coming out in 2024 between Xbox, Nintendo, PlayStation, and PC. What is actually worth your hard-earned time and money? Today, me and my best friend Riley are going to figure out that answer for you. Yo, what is going on, Riley?
What's up? Hey, man. All right. How's everyone doing today?
Doing good, doing good. Just chugging along the best we can. You
Yeah,
know,
same here. Same here.
enjoying the lovely winter cold that Michigan and the USA decides to bring in the wintertime, of course.
Dude, I can't imagine how bad it was up there. We got like 5-6 inches the other day. It was not.
Yeah, I mean the last couple of days have been pretty good. It hasn't been
Maybe it
bad
was
at
a
all.
few days before. I can't
So,
remember, but last snowfall though, it was a lot.
yeah. But all right, let's jump into the conversation of today.
I'm
What
excited for
games?
this one, dude.
What games are you excited for coming out in
Woo.
2024? And that
Yeah.
we should, as a audience,
Hopefully they
and
don't get delayed. At this point, they haven't been delayed, but who knows? In like
what we
2 months.
should, as a gaming community, be keeping an eye out for on whether or not it is worth, checking out or worth just saying, you guys didn't put enough time and energy into this, so why am I gonna check it out? Or it's riddled with
Exactly.
microtransactions. That's a big issue. It's been an issue for
Yeah,
years. So
for years now. Yeah.
there with many titles coming out, like the new Suicide Squad game, the new Indiana Jones,
That's like top, baby. That's the top.
dude, Persona 3 Reloaded, Final Fantasy. There are plenty of titles that are itching to get your attention. And
Yeah.
today, let's whittle them down and see what ones are actually worth it for us personally, which ones we're looking forward to, and which ones that you guys might be looking forward to as well. So we are looking forward to hearing that in the comment section below. So please
Yes.
let
Please
us
let us
know
know.
which games you are excited for and which ones we may have missed, because there are so many titles coming out, but can't possibly get them all because there are so many different game development studios, so many different pieces getting worked around and different things like that we would be here for hours
There's
if
probably
we
some we haven't even seen yet, dude. Like, it's
yes,
crazy. There's
exactly. Oh
so
yeah,
many.
there's probably plenty of games that haven't even been announced or are going to be like surprise announced last second or different things like that. There are always different tricks that companies like to have up their sleeves to keep us enticed to spend more money into a hobby that we probably shouldn't be spending as much money
So
into as
much
we do.
money on, for real, dude. Yeah.
Especially when it comes to old consoles and old games. And that kind of leads me into the point of some of the games that are going to be coming out, which are like remasters and,
Yep. A lot of
diff-
remasters. That's like
like
popping off right in the last few
Tomb
years.
Raider remaster, Persona 3 Reloaded. There's quite a few different remasters coming out. There's a Star Wars Dark Forces remaster coming out. That one I'm particularly excited for because I haven't actually played that game, but it came out and actually yes, I have played that game.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it came out on the PS1, but it'll
Really?
be super cool to have it on a new modern console and different things like that to be able to play it on. Because don't get me wrong, it's definitely fun playing it on my Steam Deck, but I hope that maybe updated graphics, different things like that, that'd be sweet.
Yeah.
So,
I know
but
sometimes remasters, like, they don't actually, like, they just, like, make it look a little better, but they keep they keep the old-timey, like, look of it, you know? Like,
yeah,
for the Tomb Raider remaster, it looks like they're gonna keep, like, the old look to it, just, like, kind of, like, make it look better overall, you know?
blocky and
Which
all.
which can be, yeah, that's what it looked like from the trailer. It looked like she was still gonna be like the blocky character, but I mean, sometimes that's good. Sometimes I like it when they keep the old timey like graphics, but sometimes you just like want the new look, you know?
Where's the
It can be 50-50.
where's the cheat code to make Laura Croft
Taylor.
explode is what I was gonna say.
Okay,
Explode,
yeah,
because that's what the
right,
cheat code does.
right. Right, explodes. Yeah, wink at him. Yeah. Oh my god, dude. But for real, like this year and 2025 are like the two most like hyped year I am for video games in a while, it feels like.
Yeah.
Like GTA 6 is supposed to come out next year with the new James Bond game.
Hmm.
Like this year there's
Ooh.
like some really good games coming out too that I'm
Last year
excited
we
to
had
talk about.
last year was a phenomenal gaming year, like probably one of the best we've had in forever. So, cause like 2021 and 2022 is still kind of feeling the fallout of the whole gaming industry in 2020.
Hmm.
So, I mean, like 2023 came out with absolute bangers. I mean, we had like, I mean, I didn't play Baldur's Gate because
Yeah.
bear bear screwing simulator. I'm not exactly looking to play that yet. Um, but they were just, I mean, like the new, I mean, I
Oh my God,
enjoyed.
Spider-Man 2 came out last year. Yeah,
Yep,
that was
Spider-Man
phenomenal.
2 was a great one. I didn't play it, but I know that you played it and that
Yeah,
you loved that game. I
dude, I love them.
The Star Wars Jedi Survivor did come out. It was
Oh, that's right.
buggy, but I did enjoy it. At the end of the day, I
Yeah,
enjoyed it, and I enjoyed the storyline and everything like that. Uh, MW3 came out, but that was controversial at launch and
very,
everything like
very
that.
controversial. More,
Very
I kind of
controversial.
I enjoyed playing with you guys, but I know a lot of people had their negative reviews with it.
Yeah, absolutely. But they were
Resident Evil 4
ooh, yeah, Resident
remastered. Yeah, I
Evil
forgot about that.
4. Because you made a lot of shorts about Resident Evil 4.
I did. Yeah, that was. I loved that game. That game was fun. It's a real fun game.
But yeah, there were
Ooh,
great
Mortal Kombat
titles.
1.
Ooh,
A lot of
Super
games came out.
Mario Wonder.
Oh my God, yeah, Super Mario Wonder and the Mario RPG game. Two
Yeah,
Mario games came out
the
last year.
remaster of those were really good. The what is it? Tears of the Kingdom, Legend of Zelda.
Oh my
That
God,
came
that's
out
right.
last year. Like there
Yeah,
were some
there was some
fire
great. Oh my
titles,
God, yeah,
man.
there were some amazing games.
And then like this year, like I guess we'll have to wait and see what they do because I mean Nintendo hopefully they continue either remastering old titles like they've been doing with the last couple of years with like the Link's Awakening getting remastered and then now Super Mario RPG got remastered. Maybe they'll have a
I know.
new game that'll come out that'll get remastered. I mean,
Well, we could talk about that right because I know 20. I'm not sure. I think it's coming out in 2024, but they've already announced a trailer. Mario vs. Donkey Kong remaster. I don't know.
ooh,
That's supposed to come out. I'm pretty sure they announced they showed the
yeah.
trailer to that. That came out. That's supposed to come out. It was just like a cinematic trailer. They didn't show like really not much in-game footage,
I
but
knew
it was still pretty cool.
I know the game, a new game that they're coming out with with Nintendo is going to be the Princess Peach Showtime game, and I mean,
Heard
like
about that.
honestly, that kind of looks fun. Like I
It
would
kind of
enjoy
looks fun.
playing through
Yeah.
that with like my girlfriend and whatnot. Like I mean, like I don't think I would
Yeah.
go through that on my own, but I mean,
It
like
looked cool. Yeah. The
it
trailer
looks
looked
pretty
pretty
cool.
interesting.
So
Yeah.
we'll have to wait and see. Are you planning on picking up any of the sports titles or anything like that, like EA,
Like
FIFA,
2K or whatever.
Madden, 2K, any of those?
I might because I have a video in mind I want to do with like a bunch of man games, but like I haven't bought like the last 2K game I was really into was I think like 2K19 or 2K20.
Yeah.
I think 2K20 is when I spent like way too much money on packs that year. But I then after that I really a lot of people had problems with like those ones too because a lot of people stopped with like 2K16, 2K17. Just
Mhm.
2K's kind of just been on a downfall. I feel like they just haven't like it's been the same game
Year
rinse
after
and
year
repeat
after.
year after year, and I'm kind of similar to Madden, just so it's like a little bit better graphics each year too.
Yeah.
So I'm
I
not really hyped about getting them,
yeah.
but I don't know. Do you get those types of games?
I haven't picked them up in years. I might go and pick up um I might pick up Madden this upcoming year just because our home team did so much better than what we were ever predicting.
Dude, oh my God, that was such a devastating game, dude. Oh
Dude,
my
absolutely.
lord.
But unfortunately, this is video game.
I know, but we should talk about it. We should talk about it. God, that
Trust me,
was
I wish we
fucking.
could sit here and rant
Uh,
about how bad of a game that was and everything
oh
like
my
that. But
god.
next year
I
we'll
know.
get it. And go Lions if you
Go
are from
Lions, dude.
Michigan. But if
Seriously, we
not,
got
you
it next
can let us have it in the comments. But if you could not care
year. Yeah.
less, let us know. Shut up.
Yeah.
Stop talking about football. Your
Yeah.
work. But other than that, I mean, I might pick up. I might look and see what racing games are coming out
Hmm.
this year. But
The Forza games have always been pretty
yeah, I've always enjoyed the
impressive.
Forza games, but the last couple of years, like the motorsport games, have been very hit or miss on the buggy side of things. So I would like to pick up a Forza Motorsport game sometime, but I need to look through and see which one is the most complete. So,
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah.
but you know what game I know that we're both looking forward to quite a bit that's coming out this year?
I think I know what you're gonna say, dude.
South Park Snow Day, dude.
Yes, dude. No, that's actually not what I thought you were gonna say, but yes, dude. I'm super hyped for that game, dude. That's yeah, Snow Day. I definitely have gotten more excited for it, just because I don't know. I'm a huge South Park fan, and I guess whatever they come out with, I'm just gonna like get in and probably
It's
enjoy it.
it's gonna be hilarious no matter
It's
what. And
gonna be
I
fun.
like
Yeah.
whenever they're there, you kind of know that you're in for a good time. Like Stick of Truth was such a fun game. Like
Oh, I love
we'll
that
have to
game.
go
Love
through
that
that on the
game.
channel sometime because that
Yes.
is just a classic.
I'll play that game so much. I'll play it over and over. I don't care. It's such a great game.
The Kingdom of Koopa Keep. Don't put the acronym together.
Oh god, yeah, yeah. Don't make that mistake, guys. Don't do that.
Don't make that mistake. Riley
Don't
already
make
got
that
in trouble
mistake.
for it once.
I took my training and I've learned my lesson.
He took his training. He learned his anti Koopa Keep ways.
Keep
Learned.
ways.
He unfortunately came back as an elf instead of a wizard. So, I'm pretty sure I know what class you picked. You picked Jew, didn't you?
I did indeed actually pick you.
Because I picked
Yes.
mage when I played it. I
That was
mean,
my second playthrough at the time, and the first time I played, I believe I picked mage or fighter. I can't remember exactly, but I really like the Jew one. Honestly, I feel like it has the best loadout.
yeah. I
Yeah.
honestly I just thought that I have always liked wizard stuff. So like
Yeah, yeah.
I liked and they did a good job no matter what. No matter
Oh
what
yeah, yeah.
class you're
It's
in for
fun.
a good.
It's fun no matter what class you pick.
I did you get all the way through the second game, the fractured butthole?
Fractured Butthole. I did one time, but I've played through that one all the way once, but I haven't like I've started a couple times, but yeah, I've played that one not as much as Stick of
I
Truth
got
though, but I've still
through it
enjoyed it.
like halfway and then I just kind of didn't pick it up
Lost
again.
interest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
which stinks because like the first one had me like captivated through the whole time, but
yeah. It was so
I
hard to
don't know
put
if it
down.
was because of the change of mechanics. Like I just think that the first game had such good system of mechanics.
The
I don't know
fighting,
why they decided to do like the move
the grid
around the
thing.
board grid thing. Like don't get me
Yeah,
wrong, I'm
yeah,
all for innovation and stuff, but like that seemed like that was unnecessary. And
yeah.
like
I was. I'm with you on that.
they wanted to like mesh with the background and stuff like that, but like is that really what the people wanted though? Like,
I was way more of a fan of the Stick of Truth fighting,
yes,
but I
and
know a lot of people also think the second one's better too. Like for fighting wise, I think
yeah,
a lot of people still say like the story's better for Stick of Truth,
yeah,
but I guess it's 50-50. But I've always thought that Stick of Truth fighting is just like super clean. It's so satisfying when
and
you get it.
Snow Day kind of seems like it's going off of that storyline, right? With the,
I it
it
said
seems like
new
they're
kid again.
going. It seems like they're going back to more like the stick of truth with it, with like the
Yeah,
wizard and stuff like
the
that
wizard
type concept, and but going back to
exactly.
being the new kid and everything like that. That new kid.
The new kid. Yeah, it definitely
The
felt
three
a lot
lines
more
of
Stick of Truth.
dialogue he has at the end of the game.
Oh my god. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I'm
but
going home.
F you guys, I'm going home.
uh, that's a great ending too. So satisfying.
But what about Rise of the Ronin? That's gonna be a
Rise
fun
of the
game,
Ronin.
dude.
I that game looked fun. That gave me such a Ghost of Tsushima vibes when I saw that trailer. It
Hmm.
looks so good though, dude. It
I
looks so
love
good. So
samurai
I love those.
games, and
Me
I
too, dude.
like it. Kind of looks like a little bit Dark Soulsy, like with like
Yeah,
you got to get your timing correct and like perfect, and make sure that you get like, but like the graphics look great. I mean, it's hard to get graphics wrong these days, but I
seriously,
mean,
but
I can't always say
phenomenal
that, but
graphics.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
it looks great. Gameplay, I mean, hopefully the gameplay is as fun as it looks, and I mean,
Yep.
I'm definitely looking forward to Rise of Ronin.
Is
Which
that gonna
do
be a
you
day one buy for you?
probably not? I'll probably wait and see the reviews. Probably the I don't know. I'm very skeptical these days on day one buys. The only
Yeah.
day one buy that I'm kind of planning on this year, like off the top of my head that I can say definitely for sure I'm going to get this one day one is the new Indiana Jones when that
Oh
comes out,
yes, me too,
because
dude.
I
Me.
have like literally part of my love of gaming has come from Lego Indiana Jones and how much I played
Dude,
that
and
game,
Bethesda,
dude,
dude.
and
Like
how many
Fallout is
Bethesda
another.
games and Bethesda titles I've played throughout the years and different things like
Yes.
that. Like I loved Dishonored, I loved Skyrim, I loved Fallout. I mean, Fallout New Vegas is better. Sorry guys, but that was made by Obsidian, but they did a great
Oh,
job.
New Vegas was made by Obsidian. That wasn't done by Bethesda.
Yeah, that was made by Obsidian, not
Oh,
Bethesda.
snap.
But
Damn. Okay.
3, 4, and 76 were made by what is it? By Bethesda, and Fallout 4 was what got me into the series as a
Gotcha.
whole, and then
Yeah,
it gave
Fallout
me a
4 is
free
great.
copy of Fallout 3 because I bought it and then I played through that, and then I was like, well, if these two
Oh,
are
that's
as
sick.
fun as they are, like let me go and play Fallout New Vegas. And I'm like, oh snap, this is phenomenal. But
Yeah.
I'm really I'm just really excited for just a new. I'm so glad that somebody decided to actually make an Indiana Jones title. I was
Seriously,
seriously
dude.
beginning to think that we would never truly get one again. That it was kind of a dead IP, that people weren't
Yeah.
going to make a game about it again. Because, like, what was the last one on
Dude,
Wii in like
was it Lego Indiana
2008?
Jones?
No, yeah, no, 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 no. Like, I don't
You want
know.
something
Truth be
after it?
told, there was a one called like Staff of Kings or something like that that came out for the Wii, and that was a bit of a mess. But after that, it was like there was nothing since like the Wii came out. Like, I can't
Yeah,
think of a
that's
single
crazy.
Indiana Jones title that came out on the 360, on the One, on certainly on not any new titles. So it's
Oh
like
no.
when I went back and played through Lego Indiana Jones, I only started it, but I need to go back and play through the rest of it on the channel.
Yes.
But dude, that'd be such a fun one to play
For
together.
real, because we could put that one together. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That would
But
be a great one.
we'll have to like plan a weekend out and just grind it out.
Yeah, yeah.
But essentially, yeah, I mean, I was, and then like what the last like good one was the the one for PS2. What was the Staff of Kings?
Staff of Kings. That one came out in 2009. That one was
Oh
well, it could have
yeah.
been on the PS2.
No, Staff of Kings was the one I was just talking about on the Wii.
Oh,
I'm talking about the one for PS2 and like those earlier consoles, but that one was pretty good. I played a little bit of that. But yeah, I mean, I was seriously beginning to think that we'd never get a new Indiana Jones game. And then when I saw
yeah.
that trailer drop, I was like, oh, I have to make a
Oh,
video
dude, it
on
was
this, dude.
phenomenal trailer.
Such a
Yeah,
good
I'm so glad you
trailer.
made a video on that.
I I honestly didn't take the time to even look up if there was a new game in the works because truth be told, people will say that all the time with different IPs and like it's really just like, okay, we'll see it when we actually see it. And the
Yep.
fact that we got to see it and saw how good the gameplay is and it looks like it has a good story and I mean, I'm
Good
just
balance between action and puzzles.
yeah,
Looks like.
I oh yeah, I'm really excited for the puzzle solving in that game
Yeah,
because like normally
me
like
too.
puzzles in games can either be like really fun or just like downright made to piss you off because
Yeah,
the game
super tedious.
mechanics are
Yeah.
tedious or
Yeah.
doesn't work right or different things like that. And it kind of looks like a first person like Tomb Raider
Yes.
almost, and that really excites me quite a bit.
Because I love the Tomb Raider games, the Rise of Tomb Raider,
Yeah.
like the newer generation ones. I love those games. So
Yep. And
sick.
I played like the old ones for like N64, like Tomb Raider 64 and different things like that, and those were
I never got to
really
play those
fun.
ones.
Um,
Yeah.
but I didn't play like I haven't played the modern ones because they were. I know that they are on Xbox, but they were like way better to play on PlayStation than they were on
Mm,
Xbox. So
just never got them.
yeah, I never went around to picking them up, but I'm eventually I'll go through and get the old, I want to get a PS4 eventually. I honestly, like, I had the Xbox One and I was happy with it, but like looking back, I can see like how many titles I missed out on, how many like great games that I wanted to play that I wasn't able to play
Dude, it was
because I
so
like all
annoying.
my friends had Xbox, so I also picked up
Me too.
Xbox, so I could play with all my friends. Because if you had PlayStation, it's like you had nobody to play with. So,
Right. Yeah.
but yeah, so it was you know, like there's plenty of games I would love to go back and play, like Infamous, the whole
Mhm.
Infamous game series. That's one I've
Yeah, I
been
haven't
wanting
played
to
those
go
ones
back
yet.
and play. I mean, I'm playing through the OG Spider-Man now, but like I gotta play through the God of War on PlayStation
God
on
of War,
PC now and different things. But like also
Last of
like
Us.
yes, The Last of Us. And then it came to like some of my favorite game series like Call of Duty. And then PlayStation would get the DLCs like a month ahead. And then it's like,
I know. Yep. I always remember
really?
hearing about that and being pissed off, being like, "What the heck? Why couldn't they
And
just be
it's
at the
like,
same time?"
it's so dumb. So,
Yeah.
yeah. And then they got, yeah, they had more support. I mean, Xbox has definitely put a lot more work into their Game Pass and making that a very viable option of why you should pick up the Xbox. But
Yeah.
truth be told, it's just difficult these days for me to really want to play either Xbox or PlayStation when like on PlayStation I don't have to worry about monthly fees. I can get games for cheaper. I can like the only problem is just like I said, most of my friends are still on Xbox and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So it's but and then PlayStation has its first party titles, but I mean a lot of the time those PlayStation titles will eventually come out on PC.
That's true.
But the main one that you can't really do anything about is Nintendo. You can't do
Oh yeah.
anything about them. They're always going to have their one proprietary system with their their console exclusives and everything like that. And
Yep.
we'll see if any rumors come to be true, but everybody's been really crossing their fingers and toes about the Nintendo Switch 2 coming out this year, or at least getting announced this year.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been hearing stuff floating around about that.
And I have been holding off on that for a while because I don't have a Switch here at my girlfriend's house. It's back at my parents' house, but
Oh.
like I love playing the Switch. It's so much
Yeah.
fun. I mean, yeah, it's underpowered to crap, but the games that are made for it are they perform very well on the platform that
Yeah.
it performs on, except for some games that you can get much better performance on Steam Deck by emulating it and whatnot. But there are always exceptions to different things. But essentially, it's just I really hope that they do that and that they release
Yeah.
it because that's probably going to be one of the first consoles that I'm going to buy day one in a long. I don't think I've ever bought a console day one. I've never
I
bought
don't
a
think I
console
have
day.
either.
Never.
Yeah.
But I think that that will be like the first one that I genuinely am like, all right, I think I'm gonna buy this day one and get into it. It looks fun.
Nintendo
I mean, I
Switch
don't
too.
have a
Yeah.
Switch here. Like, it
Yeah.
seems like it would be good, and
Yeah.
we'll just have
And
to
then you
wait and
can.
see. But
Oh yeah, you don't have any Switch games with you, but yeah, but you can you play the Switch games on the Nintendo Switch too? I assume you probably
I
can.
am hoping, I'm
That would
really
be nice.
hoping because then there's, then I can play the New Tears of the Kingdom, which I've held off on getting because I don't have the time to play it at my parents' house. So,
Right?
but like
Yeah.
Mario Kart, Super Smash Bros, Odyssey,
So
like
many
all those
great
games are over
games.
at my parents' house right now that I need to get emulated on my Steam Deck and up and going. I just haven't had the time to sit there and dump the ROMs onto it and do different things like that because it's a process to
Right.
set those things up. And we all know how Nintendo feels about emulation,
Yeah. Yeah.
even though
Not a
they
huge
are
fan.
very guilty of emulating different things themselves and using fan created ROMs and different things like that.
Oh
But
yeah.
then they'll go around. They just don't like when you use it and claim.
Exactly.
So,
Hypocrites.
yes, hypocrisy. But I Have you heard anything? Because I was gonna say, looping back to Call of Duty, have you heard
Yes,
anything about the new Call of Duty game coming out
for
for 2020?
2024.
Yes, because if
Only
I believe so, I think it's an Activision title. Should be
I think it's gonna be
Treyarch,
Treyarch. I think it's
Treyarch
gonna be Treyarch.
Activision.
I'm pretty sure it might be Treyarch and Oh yeah, Activision is always the
Activision's
publisher.
always the one.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
messed that up. It should
No,
be
you're good.
Treyarch. Treyarch
It
is
should be Treyarch. Yeah, because I think it's gonna be a Black Ops title, and I think it's supposed to take place during the Gulf War. But that's like the big rumor right now that it's supposed to take place around the Gulf War. But that's not confirmed because the game hasn't been confirmed yet.
yeah. I'm
But
just
I am excited because I
You
love
know
Treyarch.
me, because I love zombies. I love Call of Duty
Yes,
zombies with a passion.
you can always count on them.
I've
Almost.
always loved zombies. Unfortunately, you can count on zombies. You can't always count on the game being good to make the
Yeah.
zombies content good. So,
Right. Yeah.
there's been quite a few flops throughout the last couple of years, like Vanguard. That was a
Oh my
flop.
God, Vanguard zombies.
That was a nightmare. God.
Yeah, that was like I don't think I like, even really
Advanced
played that.
Warfare was a complete mess.
Oh yeah, what was the one in that one called?
It was Exo Zombies, dude.
Exo Zombies. Yep. Yep.
But
Not
yeah,
good.
even World War II Zombies was kind of iffy. Like the first map was
That was
really
Nazi
fun.
zombies, right?
Yeah, it was, but like the first map was really good, but then the other ones were kind of eh. So,
Gotcha. Yeah.
but Treyarch, I mean, those games weren't developed by Treyarch though. So
Exactly.
Treyarch
Black Ops and zombies have almost always been good.
Treyarch may switch things up here and there with like Black Ops 4 and change the zombies mode around, but like they tend to nail the head in the coffin when it comes to zombies modes most of the time.
Yeah, I
Like
would
Call of
agree.
Duty Cold War is a fun game mode. They did a good job with it. Black Ops 3 is the best that they ever did. And
Yep.
we will see if they ever top Black Ops 3 zombies and
That's
how
gonna be hard.
that is a huge mountaintop to try to
Yeah.
cross.
Dude,
And
Black
that
Ops 3 for the multiplayer and zombies was like some of the best.
so
Like I was like,
that was like
multiplayer.
peak
Yeah.
multiplayer.
Peak.
I
That's the
mean,
better word.
at least for me and your generation, like when
Yeah.
MW2 and stuff was around, like we were still like 8 years old. Like we were
Yeah,
still pretty
exactly.
young. Like we played it here and there, like because of our cousins and whatnot, and like
Yeah, and
but
friends that had it, but
yeah, but like our parents wouldn't let us do that
yeah,
crap.
I would not be allowed to have that game.
Like,
Definitely not.
what was it? You didn't get MW3 until what?
Until,
Your
like-
10th birthday, 12th
I
birthday,
think
or
it
something
was like
that.
13, I think. I think it was
13,
20
yeah. And then
think
we
it was
all played
13th
it
birthday.
together, split
Yeah, and then
screen.
we all
Yep.
we all played.
Good
That was
times,
funny.
good
That was
times.
good.
But
Yeah, that was good times.
yeah, I mean, like MW3 this year kind of was. It's a mixed bag,
Mixed
depending
bag,
on who you
100%.
ask and what they say. Truth be told, with the zombies mode, you know, I
don't
played
think I've
it
touched it
a
yet.
couple times. You know, it just really, I don't think it was for me. I didn't exactly like the progression system that they had, the way that they kind of set things up. There wasn't a round based system or anything like that, and they doesn't seem like they have any view of putting it in anytime
Right.
soon. So I'm just, it just kind of seemed like a half, not half baked, because they still did a story and different things like that, but it just felt like they copied and pasted a lot of Cold War's zombies outbreak mode and then just slapped a few different things on it, made some changes that are questionable, and then pushed it out.
Didn't feel like they put really much effort into it.
Yeah, it didn't
Yeah.
feel like there was as much that could have gone into it. There was only one game mode, a weird story mode that was very. It was more like to progress. It was very tedious, and like you'll have to play match after match after match after match to. And again, each match is only an hour max, which for a zombies mode, like that's for some maps, that's not even the time that it takes to set up for different things.
Yeah.
Depending on how like the map itself. So like there's no sense of like it doesn't feel like you're actually building towards something. And then like if you die without X failing or taking a chopper out, like they will go on ahead and like say, hey, you can't use your loadout that you have for an hour unless you want to use one of these guns that you got from unlocking a loot box.
Oh my god.
So yeah, that that pissed me off a bit.
Loot boxes are
Um,
still annoying concept in
so,
Call of
but the
Duty.
multiplayer, I had fun with the multiplayer.
I did too. I did too.
Me, you, our buddy Trace, we all
Yeah.
played it together when I was on leave earlier in the
Yeah.
year, and that was fun. So,
That was yeah. That was
but
fun.
I guess that we will have to wait and see. I mean, generally Black Ops' multiplayers are pretty good.
Yeah.
Zombies pretty good. We'll see if
And
it
their
has a
single players have
campaign.
their campaigns have been really hit or miss, dude. Like
Yes, very hit or
Black Ops
miss.
1 and 2, great stories. We know they can do good stories because of 1
Then
and 2.
Black Ops 3
3
was
was one of the
like,
worst.
what?
Was
What
like
are
one of the
we?
worst stories
It was
at the
like,
time. Like,
did all the developers take mushrooms and then get into a
yeah,
car
it's like
together and drive off into
so
the sunset?
convoluted. I was
Yeah,
so confused during the whole
it was
thing.
so
And
weird.
Black Ops 4 didn't even have a story. It had like
It
Operation,
had
like
blackout
video
mode,
blackout mode,
the
blackout mode.
failed
Yeah,
battle royale mode that they
battle
came out
royale
with.
that they still like put in every new Call of Duty game. I'm pretty sure you can still play it, right?
Well, they just have Warzone now.
Oh
Warzone
yeah,
just
it's
spreads
Warzone now.
across all the games now.
Warzone, that's what it is. Yeah,
But
Blackout was
like
the
Blackout was like the first iteration of it. But
yeah, and
essentially,
then
yeah, I definitely we'll have to wait and see. I really hope that with all the time that they've been given from Cold War until now, which has been since 2020,
yeah, it's gonna be
they
4
should
years.
have plenty of time to produce a phenomenal game. I mean,
Yeah,
considering they used to just do it at 1 year on, 1 year off, 1 year on, 1 year off.
yeah, because Black
So,
Ops was 2010, Black Ops 2 was 2012, and those are
yeah,
both good games.
back almost back to back bangers. That dude, the early
Seriously,
2010s was fire for Call of Duty,
seriously,
dude.
like 2011 MW3 is
Like
underrated. That's so
from
great.
2008 till like
Which is World at War. Yeah.
2015, I would say that was like the golden era of Call of Duty.
Yeah, dude, yeah, because yeah, I just made a video recently. I kind of said the golden era ended after Black Ops 2, but there were still some like great games after, just because that's when they started having mixed bags. You know, like Ghosts and Advanced
Oh,
Warfare were kind
true,
of hit or
true.
miss.
That is very true.
But Black Ops 3 was highly
I
enjoyed.
would say that
But
Black Ops 3 was like the exception because that just
yeah, that
like
was kind
that
of the
blew it
exception.
out of the park.
Yeah,
But
that
then
was
it
like the
was
last like game that everyone was so hyped
that
about.
was the last like absolutely legendary Call of Duty if you ask
Yeah,
me. Like
I would agree.
in my head, like it stopped after MW3 for the Modern Warfare series, and
Mhm.
then it stopped after something to do with threes in this series. I don't
I
know.
know it's crazy. It's crazy, dude.
Threes are
Jesus.
cursed in the Call of Duty series, dude. You get to the third title, and then everything just goes to trash.
I know, dude. God.
All right.
Uh,
No, but
R.I.P.
Cold War was good. It wasn't
Yeah,
like blew
it
me
wasn't
out
bad
of
or
the
anything.
park or anything like that. Like it was, I had a
It
lot of
was
fun with it. I had a great time. It
me too.
felt Call of Duty Zombies. It felt very that way. I liked the innovations that they decided to go with. But I guess that we will have to see what COD 2024 ends up being. So,
Yes.
but let me see. What am I
It's a good game.
missing? Ooh, there's a new Prince of Persia game coming out. Did you
Oh,
ever play any of the old Prince of Persia
I
games where
downloaded it. I downloaded it once, but I never actually played them. I downloaded like the I forget what it was, but it was like the backwards compatibility on the Xbox One, because they were, I think they were on the original Xbox or something. But
yeah.
anyways, I downloaded them, but I haven't played them. But did you ever play 'em?
No, unfortunately I did not play the Prince of Persia's. I've seen gameplay and I've seen a lot of people talk about it.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, I didn't end up playing them. So
Did the new game? I don't think I saw the trailer for that one. Did the new game look any good?
1 second.
I know.
Alrighty.
Oh,
Sorry
you
guys,
got it stuck into my head.
we had some technical difficulties there for a second, but we're back.
We're back at it now.
All
What
right.
game should we start with? What
Ooh.
game should we do?
Baby, I'm talking about City Skylines 2.
Oh my god, it's the most hyped game of 2024.
Let's go. I'm gonna build me a city, dude.
So
Well,
hyped
if
for
you
that.
guys are into those games, that it may be your pick of the year, though. I mean, I'm not
Yeah, it could
dogging
be,
on it because those games are genuinely fun, and I do like
and
those
they're
games.
popular. Yeah,
Tycoon type games and stuff like that
me
are a
too.
lot of fun.
Yeah,
One game I haven't talked about yet is Star Wars Outlaws, and that game has gotten a lot of media attention from the Star Wars
yeah.
community recently about different reception of it and different things like that. I did make a video initially saying how I was not very receptive of the idea. I'm still very on the fence about the whole idea of another Star Wars single player game that's taking place in the uh after the Clone Wars and prequel era, taking place in like in between episodes 4, 5, 6, that kind of stuff, like around that
Yeah.
era, I believe is when it takes place. It's supposed to be a single player. You're supposed to play as a female bounty hunter of some
Okay.
sort, and I think that you're trying to take on heists of different sorts and crime syndicate stuff and different things like that. So it does sound like it has a good storyline. It sounds cool, and
Yeah.
I really
Sounds
love the
interesting.
character, the BX, or the one battle droid, that they have on the cover with the long coat and everything like that. He looks sick. I am genuinely
Yeah.
excited to figure out more about that character. But overall, I'm just very on the fence about it. I know that
Gotcha.
people are very excited to see it, and I am excited to see what they decide to do with it. Me personally, I would have much rather had them go with a Battlefront 3 or something to do with the
Yeah.
Clone Wars era or something like that, because like all the games Star Wars wise in the last couple of years that have been coming out have all been based around post Clone Wars era, Empire, that kind of stuff. And we already have had so many of those games as
Yeah.
is, which is not bad, but you're leaving
Just want
half your,
something different.
yes, you're leaving a lot of your fan base out. And we like Battlefront 3 is a cursed game when it comes to being developed and coming out, and it has forever been stuck in development hell. The
Is it
original
still in
one,
development?
I nobody knows. I don't know
Oh,
if it is or isn't.
confused.
The original Battlefront 3 that was supposed to come out in like 2009, that was 100% complete. And they just didn't end up publishing it because the person
Wow.
that didn't want to end up licensing it and paying for it. So
Dang.
that was a complete whiff. So something like that many of us dream of from our childhood about the original Battlefront 2 and played that growing up. That was devastating to hear. And then also, like EA had no longer holds solo rights over the Star Wars franchise, and they cut live service for the original Battlefront 2 that they came out with in 2020 or 2021, and then essentially after that it's been like nothing from them. They have not
Yeah.
created a single thing. It's all been was it the people that created the Jedi Survivor games, and then also, well,
Yeah.
I guess that they did release Star Wars Squadrons, but essentially, yeah, there's just been a big lack of any sort of prequel game or anything like that, and that's why I'm just not as excited about Star Wars Outlaws as some other people are. But will see how it goes, and hey, I'm willing to give it a shot. Will it be a day one buy for me? Probably not, but
Gotcha.
we will see.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
what?
Hopefully it's good.
So, what game are you? What other games are you looking forward to, my friend?
All right, all right. I'll throw in a game that I'm looking for. I gotta say, I want to talk about Killer Bean a little bit. I don't know if you've heard
Oh,
about this game.
dude, Killer Bean,
Killer Bean.
dude,
I haven't seen the
dude, what
movie,
a
but the movie,
legend.
a lot of people love the movie, and I haven't seen it,
Dude,
but it looks
I've seen
really good.
so many clips from the movie throughout my life that I am surprised I haven't sat down and watched the actual movie because like the clips and
Dude, I
everything are
want to.
so funny,
It
dude.
looks so good,
So
and the
funny.
game looks like GTA, and you play as a bean. You like it's like kind of like you like
Yeah,
have
I
guns. You're
saw
shooting
some of
around. It
the
looks so
I've
fun,
seen
dude.
some of the footage of it, dude. I'm so glad you brought that up because that is
Yes,
so hype, dude.
dude, that game looks so legendary. It looks like a Emmy-winning game in the making. I'm so
Yeah,
I'm so excited for it.
absolutely. I am hyped
Yeah,
110% for that. Dude, Killer Bean's so legendary, dude.
dude, for real, he's already a legend.
Um, but How about the new Sam and Max game that's set to come
Oh,
out sometime this year? Because I know that you are a big fan of Sam and Max.
I'm a huge Sam and Max fan.
I haven't personally played the games, but I know how much you have played them and enjoyed them. So please
Yeah,
fill me in on why this is going to be a great game.
well, okay, so this is gonna be actually a remaster from the original Devil's Playhouse. That's what they've been doing. This company has been remastering all the old Sam and Max games. So technically, they're not new. Unfortunately, I want them to come out with a new Sam and Max game after this, hopefully, because they've been releasing these games. Sam and Max Save the World was the first one. I think it was like 2020, and then Beyond Space and Time was the second one, and that came
Hmm.
out like a year or two later. And now this one's coming out in 2024, which I forgot about it because I saw the trailer. They released a trailer in 2022. I didn't see the one for 2023, but I saw the one in 2022. So it's been a while, and I haven't heard about anything about it in a while. So I kind of forgot about it. But I'm glad you brought it back up. So um, I'm super excited for this game. It's like an episodic game. It's like an
Yeah.
episodic game, point and click kind of game. I don't know if you've seen any clips on it before,
Yeah.
but you
I've seen
like
you.
a
I've
dog
watched you play a bit of
you
it.
watched me
So
play it a little bit. Yeah, yeah. So I'm excited for it. A lot of people say this is the best one out of the original trilogy. So I'm excited for it. I'm excited to play it. So hopefully it's good. I've never played the original game. A lot of people say that they haven't been enjoying the remasters as much because they censor a lot of the old language because they used to say a lot more like kind of
anti woke stuff.
rebellious, anti woke stuff. Yeah, I know they kind of changed it. They changed some of the voice actors. Now a lot of people aren't fans of it, but I thought it was fun. I actually played the original Sam and Max Save the World after I played the remaster of it, and I do gotta agree that they cut out a lot of dialogue, which is so unfortunate because the first game, the original game, it's so much funnier. The voice acting was a lot more. It was a lot. I felt more genuine. It felt like, especially with one of the actors because I had to switch out the actor. His name was Bosco. I prefer the old voice actor of Bosco. But they're both fun games though, and I'm excited to see what they do with Devil's Playhouse.
Gotcha. Speaking of remaster,
This is a good remaster.
Splatoon 3, I believe, is
That
getting
shocked me when you
remastered.
said that. Shocked me when you
Um,
said that. That's like the newest one.
yeah. And then on top of that, we have Mario versus Donkey Kong. We didn't talk about that much, but
We didn't talk about that much. There's only released one cinematic trailer for it. It
yeah,
looks fun. I never played the original game, so but
yeah.
I'm a huge Mario fan, so I'm
Hmm.
probably gonna get that.
We'll have to see what they end up doing with it. But
Yeah.
ooh, was apparently Devil May Cry is got released on uh January 11th for iOS. But
Really?
also, apparently there's going to be a mobile port of Call of Duty Warzone for anybody who's plays Call of Duty mobile and whatnot, for all you hardcore mobile gamers
Mobile
out there.
fan. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I did play Call of Duty Mobile when it first came out for a little bit,
Yeah,
but
I jump
it's
back and forth
interesting.
into it and
But
out of
I
it.
I don't play a lot of mobile games anymore, so I haven't played it in a while.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Terminate. What's up?
Oh, okay. Sorry to interrupt you, but I did find the game that I was talking about. It's Sonic and Shadow Generations. I don't know if you heard about this. They just released the trailer like less than a day ago. I
No, I
watched it.
didn't.
I'm not sure if it's a remaster from a game or not because I'm not like huge into the Sonic lore or anything.
Yeah, they haven't heard of a Sonic game called Sonic and Shadows Generations, but I will 110% have to check that out because I mean I'm a huge Sonic fan. I'm
Yeah, and it looks really good.
surprised I haven't seen anything on that because I hope it's something similar to like the Sonic Adventure games because I know that I don't think that you played those, but
I
those
never played
games
those.
are just like you were always more Mario, I was more
Yep.
Sonic.
Yep.
And like that's like right around like you know how you had your at Mario 64 and your Super Mario Sunshine and stuff like that, like around
Yeah.
that generation, that was when they were coming out with like their Sonic Adventure, Adventure 2, and
Ooh,
like those
gotcha.
like similar graphics, that kind of stuff, but it's like
Yep.
their 3D world, 3D models, like it was like their first jump into 3D,
I've
and
seen
they're
some
they're really
gameplay.
good
I've
games.
I've
So
I've heard mixed reviews. I've heard mixed reviews, but I hear a lot of people like what a lot of Sonic fans really enjoy them.
regardless, they're kind of held as like a cult classic when it comes to the
Gotcha.
3D Sonic games. So if they do something similar to that, then I would be happy. And I haven't tried Frontiers yet, Sonic Frontiers, but that was very similar. It was like kind
Oh,
of
I
it
haven't about that one.
was very similar to Legend of Zelda with like the open world aspect and whatnot. But then it like was Sonic based and different things like that. So I've yet to try it out, and I've yet to try out the All Stars yet. But I'm just haven't had the time to play them. So, but they are on my to play list, and when I do, I'll be making a review video or a Sonic video of some sort about
Yeah.
it. So, but did you ever play the Final Fantasy games?
I never played the Final Fantasy games.
Yeah,
I don't
neither
know.
did
I was
I.
just never huge in. I don't know. They just
I
never like.
really
I guess.
think that that was just more or less the generation before us. Like,
Yeah, I
they
think it
just
might have
didn't
been.
really, I don't know, like, yeah, they came out with different Final Fantasy games, but I feel like it was just
I
like,
always remember hearing about them.
they were
Like
like, it
stores
was
always.
already like 7 or 8. So at that point, it was like, what, it was a bit intimidating to jump into that series because
Yeah.
it's like so much it's like you jumping into Star Wars unless you have someone
Yeah.
who's like genuinely really interested in it showing you it. It's like
Right.
kind of like,
Like it's kind of a lot.
yeah, it's a lot to take in at once. So, I
And
mean,
I'm one of those guys where I like to start with the first one, and I believe Final Fantasy One I was never able to like find on the. I'm not sure they might have remastered it by now, but like
yeah,
whenever
I'm
I
not.
looked for it, I could never find it. But it was always like the later entries I always saw, like
Yeah.
8, 9, 10, 12. Like there was a
But
lot.
if Final Fantasy is your game series,
Yeah,
please let us know down below why
yeah. Let
you
us know
love it so
why it's
much
so
and
good.
why,
Let us know
if
which
we
ones to
should give it
play.
a shot. Because, I mean, I'm 110% down to give it a shot. I love RPGs. I love, very Pokemon style like RPGs, that kind of stuff. Because, I mean, I played a boatload of Pokemon growing up. And, I mean, that
Yeah.
was obviously my first introduction into RPGs. But, I mean, like, after that, it was it only moved up from there. So just move on. So, but there are just, oh yeah, Terminator Dark Fate for
Oh yeah.
PC. We'll see how that ends up going. I
Is that
do
a
like,
remaster? Is that a remaster? Has that game come out before?
I think so. I do
'Cause I
believe
thought
it is a
okay, yeah, because I thought
remaster.
I've heard that like when it first was announced. Like I don't know, but I thought I heard of that game before.
Yeah, I know it's coming out for PC, but a game that I need to try from last year is the RoboCop game that came out.
Oh my god, I heard about that game. Yeah. Is it?
That,
Does it look any good?
oh, it looks great, dude. It looks like so much fun. I need to give it a shot. I just need to actually sit down and play it sometime. That's all.
Right, right, yeah. It's hard to like
But
sit down and play a game without like making it a video.
yep, gotta love it. But
Yeah.
speaking of another video, if you guys want to check out more of our podcast content, go on ahead and check out the video up there in the corner.
So well, gotcha. Okay. All right. So one more game. Well, a couple more games I want to talk about. One of them, Jurassic Park, just Jurassic Park Survival. Which this game, when I saw the trailer for, I was like, yes, dude, a Jurassic Park game finally. Because there hasn't been a Jurassic Park. There's been a couple, but they were more like kind of like tycoon-esque games where
Yeah,
you like build the Jurassic Park
I know that there
arena.
was a
This one's like
Jurassic Park
actual.
game back in the day that was very similar to like a Telltale's game, where like
Oh,
you had like a lot of quick time events, different endings, that kind of stuff, and you went like back to
I'll
the
look into that.
island.
Let's look into that.
Yeah, our
And there's
buddy.
also the Jurassic World Lego game. I don't know
Yep,
that game.
that was a
But
classic.
there hasn't been like a live action like, and this is also like a horror esque too, which is kind of cool because I like that there's actual horror element to it, like the first movie.
Yeah, and then after that, that one Mickey Mouse shooter game.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse. Yeah, it's called Mouse, and I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain because I don't really know what it's about yet. But it looks like it's like kind of a sandbox esque game. You go around. You're like in
First
this.
person shooter,
You're
kind
like
of
first person shooter, 40s like animation look to it, like Mickey Mouse in like the 40s with this old
like
animation.
colorless Cuphead,
Yeah, it's like
first
colorless
person.
Cuphead. It looks very interesting, and it kind of gave me kind of gave me like I don't know, just like an older game like Fallout New Vegas or like LA Noire or something like that. Kind of give me
Yeah,
like an old time feel.
like
And
40s
I like
vibe type
yeah,
thing,
40s
like
vibe. And I like those
vintage.
types of games. Yeah, yeah, vintage-ish, vintage-esque. I've always liked those types of games.
One game that came out that I didn't talk about that just came out recently that I'm surprised Nintendo hasn't sued up in lawsuits yet is Pal
Oh no.
World, dude.
Oh,
So
Pal World. I
it's
heard about this.
essentially, if you haven't heard about it yet, it's essentially Pokemon with guns. And you basically catch them and they assist you in building bases and defending your base and taking other bases and stuff like that. So it's more of like a sandbox builder,
Gotcha.
but
That
and it's
looks
in early access at currently, but essentially it is kind of a lot of their creatures are very similar to Pokemon. Like a lot of them are creative and stuff like that, but there are some that are just like downright like, okay, this is borderline copying.
right.
So it's very sus on what'll happen in the long run.
I'm
But
surprised nothing's happened yet. Yeah.
yeah, so Nintendo is looking into it. I saw a tweet and a post about it.
Really?
But they're in early access and it's like it's $30 for an early access. That's what's keeping me away from playing it yet. Just
Dang.
because it's
Yeah.
like that's kind of a lot to dump into a game that I'm not really entirely sure if I would want to play or if it'll actually stick around or not. So
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
we will have to see how it all shakes out.
Yeah. Um, I got another game I want to talk about real quick.
What's up?
The Silent Hill 2 remake
Yeah,
that
dude.
I've never actually played them all the way through, but I own the first like remasters of the original trilogy of the Silent Hill games, or it might just be Silent Hill 2 and 3. I can't remember. But this, I think I played a little bit of 2 and Silent Hill 2 remake. I'm excited for it. Like they've been doing a lot of these remakes recently with like old horror games like Resident Evil 2 they did a couple years back. Now
Resident
Resident Evil
Evil
4,
4.
Silent Hill 2 this year. So they've been remaking a lot of these horror franchises, and I'm excited for it. And actually, one more game that I actually.
Speaking of horror,
Oh, you got another one?
yeah, it actually came out recently, but I've been wanting to give it a shot. Except for the fact that I don't have a VR headset. But the
Oh, it's a VR
new
game.
Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted game,
Oh, Help Wanted 2.
where
Did that come
yep,
out before?
yep, that came out right before. I want to say either right at the end of 2023 or yeah, it was the right at the end of 2023. But I need to
That's
give
like the
that game
newest
a
draft. Oh, yeah.
I need to give the game a shot because
Yes, me too,
I think that just playing it in VR would be an entirely different
dude.
experience.
I would be pissing myself. I think, dude. Like that's terrifying. I don't know if I can handle that.
All right, what's that other game you were thinking of?
Still on the horror element. I don't know if you've heard of this one. This one's more of a. I don't know if it hasn't really been talked about that much. I don't think it's called Zoocosis. I did put a poll about it once, one time, but I didn't show like any of the pictures. So this game is like really getting recognized for its creepy designs of its animals. So it's like zoo animals, but they like mutated into like aliens or something. There's this one with like a
Gotcha.
kangaroo a kangaroo that has a patch with with like teeth coming out of it. Like
Ugh.
a weird spider looking one that's
Oh, I
terrifying.
hate
Like,
spiders,
actually
man.
pretty creepy. And what I love about it, it actually gave me FNAF vibes because it opens with "Hello, zookeeper." It's like this person talking over a speaker, and it's like, "Hello, zookeeper, welcome." It's not that bad as you're gonna think. It's talking about how not that bad
Mhm.
it is, and then goes into it. It's like over like a radio too, so it gave me real FNAF vibes, which I thought that was cool. I was like,
Yeah.
nice little nod to FNAF.
They also went ahead and announced a new Elder Scrolls Online. I don't know if it was an expansion or if it's a brand new Elder Scrolls Online game coming out, but I saw the
Really? Oh my.
trailer for that a week or so ago or 2 weeks ago, and that was. I mean, I've my girlfriend and her family kind of got me into Skyrim, and I've been enjoying playing that, and so I mean, I might give it a shot and see if it's pretty good because I mean, Skyrim's phenomenal. Thank you,
Oh
Todd
yeah.
Howard, for your lovely creation of buggy messiness that makes
Yeah, Todd Howard.
so great.
Yeah, that's a classic, and everyone loves Skyrim. I haven't played much of it, but like from what I've played, it's fun. I was never really into huge fantasy games when I was younger, so I haven't like played that much. But
Yeah, I've always loved RPGs because live
yeah,
service games, I mean, a lot of them end up being pay to win somehow, some way. And it's just like, yeah, that kind of takes the fun out of it a bit. But
exactly.
speaking of fun games, which were very accessible, browser games of the past. And if you want to check
Oh
out
man,
our video or the last podcast on browser games, you can check it out right here. And then if you want to check out the full playlist, you can check it out over there.
over there
So
on Taylor's screen.
go on ahead and hit that subscribe button to the middle pumpkin right up here, and we will see you guys in the next one.
Thank you all for watching.
Bye.